Okay, so we're going to do some drills that are specifically related to the keeper and the slips cordon, and specifically catching nicks, which is a specialist skill and something that we need to prepare ourselves for, both physically and mentally. The position of the catcher needs to be really, really solid, making sure that we practice having no weight going through our hands and that they're nice and mobile, making sure that we're not falling every time we're catching and that we're confident with our angles and with the people that we're in the slips cordon. This should always be done with your regular slips cordon, not with a random group of players. Your regulation keeper, first slip and second slip at minimum should always be involved. Your gully should also be involved so that they start to work the right angles. Also, you should try and tailor this with your thrower to be a thrower which is very similar to what it's going to be on the weekend. So if it's a left arm around, try and get a left arm around thrower to mimic the same angles. We're going to start off with one which is not very good for the second and third slips, but is quite good for the keeper and first slip. We'll use a wicket keeping glove, and what we've done is pull down the padding bit, so then we get a nice little, tiny little deflection and a nice little sound. It's going to help us practice. You should also use some kind of glove or a pad or something to try and rest on your knee so that you don't hurt yourself, because over time it will start to ache. Also make sure we've got the safety of gloves at all times when you're facing a ball, and also the wicketkeeper should always have a helmet on. So now we'll head into the fusion stump, and we'll use the floppy end of the fusion stump. The whole idea is making sure that we're going to let the bowler or the thrower, who's underarming at the moment, try and hit the end of the fusion stump, so that it makes a little deflection to one of these guys. Again, this is mimicking a spin bowler or a medium pace bowler up to the stumps, and this is really, really effective when you've got a medium pace bowler and the first slip has to kind of hide behind the wicketkeeper a little bit and is a bit close. This is a good thing to mimic the wicketkeeper's movements and have them be able to respond. Okay, so now we're going to go back into what is probably the most dangerous part, and something which is not particularly done well at club level. We need to try and be better at it though, which is having a full slips cordon and having a bat and having a bowler sometimes throw underarm, but most of the time it's throwing overarm. So I'd highly suggest that it's someone with the skill to do this is going to be taking the bat for this activity. When you do this, the whole idea is to keep the bat flat, and the bowler's aim is to try and get the ball up to meet the bat. We don't want the balls going up, so if you are curling the bat upwards and using the toe of the bat, chances are it'll go way over the cordon. We want to try and use the middle of the bat to deflect. The keeper is also arranged this cordon exactly how he would on the weekend, so it's mimicking a weekend's activities to make sure it's as game-like as possible. I always tell my thrower to try and hit the splice, so then it hits high on the bat and I can just roll it off the face of the bat. So the keeper and the cordon are always practicing their positioning. They're always trying to make sure that, as per a weekend, their positioning is as it should be in a match. If it's a bowler, which the ball is dying down towards the ankles and the toes, we don't want that to happen in a game because the odd nick could go down. What we want to do is move them up, and then of course they're getting used to that length as well. Thanks.